This week,
Logan invites everyone to a party and I get left paying the bill.
And I leave a co-worker in an hour of need.
and I take drugs that I probably shouldn't have taken to stay awake.
So let's strap down.
Let's strap in. And let's do this.
This is what happens when Tom's not here.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Would you like to hear the story, the book that I wrote for Chloe? All right. It's,
read it out. It does
Skip
make...
Chicks Special Deliveries in
Which
a
one is
town
this?
not too far.
Is this the good one?
This is the first one I ever sent you.
Yeah, I like this one. This
Okay.
is my favorite.
In a town not too far. In a town not too far, not too near, lived Skip Chick, a little chick full of cheer, with feathers so bright and a skip truck to steer. She'd made special deliveries to her friends she held dear. Her skip truck was red, shiny and grand, filled with skip bins, all in a row they stand. Tom the rabbit, so fluffy and white, would greet her with joy morning and night. Jamma the panda, with eyes big and round, would smile when Skip Chick came to town. Dave the squirrel, quick and so spry, loved the skip bins she'd bring by. Kaylee the tortoise, slow and wise, waited patiently with hopeful eyes for skip chicks skip bins. She'd say with a grin, "These deliveries are a win." Oh my god, this is really long. Holy shit!
It's so good though. I like it.
Yeah, it is.
It goes on about Nessa a lot though.
Oh yeah,
where,
and now there was Nessa, a gentle giraffe with a neck that was long and giggly that made you laugh. Skip Chick adored her. Oh, what a delight! Nessa's presence made everything feel just right. With her head on the clouds and heart full of grace, Nessa joined the crew in her happy place. I don't remember reading this.
This is what I mean. It made me sound like a lesbian with Nessa and I was singing. Is this for kids?
I'm okay with that.
Skip Chick
went on
skip
about
bins
Nessa a lot.
could now stack so tall to share the joy with Nessa. It was a ball. With a skip, skip, skip and a chick, chick, chick.
It went on a little bit long, but I did enjoy it.
Keep going.
Yeah. So
Keep going,
anyway,
keep going.
and like so, I'm trying to make Chloe
Yeah, go
write
on.
a book.
Was there more of it? There was more.
Oh,
of it,
there's so much more. Yes, we're having facts of life today. Anyway,
it was great.
Okay,
There isn't-
are we
there
ready
isn't
to start
echo,
the
by
show?
way.
All right, I'm just going to start. Hello, welcome to Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am today's host, Dave, and today we have Chloe, and we have Jamma, and we have Nessa, our producer, in the background. So, sorry, I'm
really
not as
quick.
enthusiastic as everyone says I am when I am introducing the show. Chloe.
Well, I just wanted to make a point. All right.
I don't have to be. Tom's like, welcome to Just Another. I don't want. That's not me.
What people expect though.
People
They
expect
come in,
Tom
they go,
to say
"Oh,
it. They
look at
don't
all this
expect
joy."
me to say it.
Of course they do.
We also don't expect you to say the word Dave. It's
Yeah, I
David,
didn't
like
expect
Tom
Dave.
mentioned that last week.
I was a
so-
little
Yeah.
bit shocked by Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
Hello.
I've changed my name to Dave now.
Who's Dave? That's what it sounds like.
D for Dave.
It's David.
Slug on your sleeve, it's Steve.
What was that?
That's what we say to Steve. Slug on your sleeve, it's Steve.
That's interesting. That's
Is that actually a saying, or have you just made that up?
That's what we say down here. Yeah, if you see someone with like a limp, here he is. You know, hobble. Guy with no arms, he's armless.
What do you call them?
he's armless. Okay, fair enough.
You know, when you see an older person, what do you have names for them and you don't know their name?
Yeah, I make stories up for people. You never do
So
that.
what-
Just people watch.
If I
and
see
then
an
just
elderly
make up.
person,
Oh, yeah.
If I see an elderly person, they're always Old Man Joe. I don't know what else to call them. I don't know who they are.
I just feel
Old
like you've
Man
got
Joe.
a Swede in your, what's it called? One of those corns
With a
out
bit
your
of
mouth.
straw,
With a
yeah.
bit of banjo. I'm the old man, Joe.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that's
Fair
where
enough.
we're starting at from. Yeah.
Yeah.
David, have you got some
Where actually, when
alcohol?
you say down here, where do you live? Are you in London?
No, Midlands.
Midlands.
I'm not far from London, to be fair. About 98 mile away. It's just down the road, about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's
just down the road.
where
I
are
saw
you,
an
Chloe?
old guy today, actually.
Are you up north?
Saw
you
an
down-
old guy.
No, I did.
What's
It
a
made-
major?
you
Okay,
saw
what's a
me.
major city where you live, Chloe?
Me,
Yeah.
major city is Exeter, probably.
Who?
Exactly.
Exeter.
Exeter. It's
Okay. What's it?
Yeah.
Is it near
Devon.
Manchester?
No.
Nowhere
No.
near.
Birmingham? Well,
I'm
actually,
right down
Birmingham
with
is
the,
actually
the
close to
southern
Manchester.
Berries
Cornwall.
is where I am.
Major
Yeah.
city
I'm
Chloe's
not
closest
Cornwall.
to is
Devon
London.
and Cornwall, isn't it?
Okay.
Cornwall's
Okay,
not a
so-
city.
Oh no, it's not, is it?
That's an area
No.
or what?
It's an area. Yeah.
The
Exeter's a
nearest city
though.
I'm close to is Cardiff.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
but
so it won't be
Exeter's a
London for
city.
Chloe then. It'll be Southampton, won't it?
I think.
It's not a city.
You,
Well,
you've got to have
Southampton's
a
not a city.
cathedral.
No.
Haven't you? Don't you have to
Oh.
have a cathedral to be a city?
Be careful, because Northampton's got a cathedral, but it's a class as a town, which is quite weird. And I know that because that's my hometown.
I'm
Northampton.
googling this shit.
Yeah, dead weird, Northampton, because it's got a cathedral, but it's classed as a town.
I feel like I should be better when it comes to knowing where you guys are. Like Tom just moved to another town between, like, south of Carlisle.
City. It's a
Yeah.
city.
What is-
Exeter is a city.
So the definition of a city has to have a cathedral.
Yeah.
I thought that.
That's
Apparently.
interesting.
But it's weird, David, because Northampton's got one, but they call it Northampton Town, or the Cobblers, because they're shoemakers.
Okay.
Yeah. Great rugby
Definition
team.
of a city: a large town.
Maybe you should put down in the UK, because even like it's still called city limits, even if it's a village. Like sometimes, like leaving city limits. You know, even like that was not city. That was a
definition of
bloody
city.
town or a village.
City
But-
status in the United Kingdom is granted by the monarch of the United Kingdom, a specific centres of population which might or might not meet the general acceptance definition of city. So it's a big town.
Yeah.
That's all I get from that.
Well, it's
Gotcha.
like Doncaster, isn't it? That's still a weird one. I've said that before. Doncaster is actually owned by Scotland. It was given to Scotland, and it was never given back
Oh
to
yeah,
England.
we spoke about that one
Yeah,
before, didn't we?
that
It was one of
baffles
the
me still
Saxon
to this
wife.
day. Yeah, the same as like a hackney carriage. You know, like a taxi, hackney carriage, the black ones.
Okay.
Right.
By
Is that what
law,
they're
they have to
called?
carry. Well, no, but by law, they have to carry hay bales in the back because it was part of the horse and cart. Reese, honestly, look at it. It's like silly laws. Like you can't sell fish outside Buckingham Palace and all of that. It's weird rules and laws.
Oh, you gotta
Want
love
to
those
sell-
rules.
What, like dead fish or like pet fish?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if you're going to be standing there with a box of like live salmon or whatever.
Live fish.
There was a
goldfish,
YouTuber
get
out
your
there.
goldfish.
He had really white hair. He's a young guy, young kid, and he had all these. He had a list of all these things that you can do illegal in England. All right, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You know, there was something to do with having some kind of a fish on a certain day of the week or in front of
Yeah.
Buckingham Palace, or I can't remember. I don't know what it was, but it was just something ridiculous. And so he wanted to see if he could get arrested for all these stuff. That is, you know.
That's the
but,
video I watched, David. Yeah, that's where I got it from. It was that same video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Phyllis in the comments. What's the only vehicle allowed to go through a red light? Oh, we're going for like facts already. I would
I don't know.
say
It'll be
ambulance.
emergency vehicles,
Police.
won't it?
Police,
Yeah,
yeah, emergency
everyone would guess the
vehicles.
police, but
emergency
it
vehicles.
might be the Queen.
Cyclists.
All right, hearse. No,
Don't
let's just thought it's the answer.
Oh, hang on a minute. A hearse. They're already dead, so they're not in an emergency, are they?
Well, just speed up traffic. Is it a hearse? Anyway, all right. So, will we move? Are we going to get the answer? Or are we going to move on? There we go. Royal Mail
Van.
cash van. Okay.
No way. That's so random.
So they have the option to speed through it, or what? Or like they just ignore it completely?
Depends if they think they're getting followed, I guess.
I was
'Cause
gonna
they're the
say,
ones that
there's-
always say,
yeah.
you know, please follow us because we've got cash, sort of thing, don't they? So
I've seen that.
depends if they feel they're at threat. But I mean, we're in the UK. Who feels threatened? Other than there's a lot of stabbings at the moment, I've noticed. Just to really go down that route and
Well,
make everyone
because
feel
there's no
great.
guns, you gotta kill the people somehow. You know, like it's much more convenient for us over in America when it comes to killing.
It's just so convenient. I can just go and
Oh,
pick up a
yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I'm just gonna kill you. Over here, you gotta get a kitchen knife. Go out with your little stabby.
Well, they did that on that guy that was selling the Amazon piss. He got his little nieces, didn't he, to order knives off Amazon, and it got through the net. So these little kids were playing with these big like, knives and that. And I'm like, you know, if you go into a store, you have to be checked for your age and that. Like
Yeah.
Amazon are like that. Hey,
Oh,
kids.
really?
take whatever knife you want, guys.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like little Rambos and that.
wow, that's
love it.
scary. That is
All right,
terrifying.
so we're going back to the old. Tom wants us to go back to the way we used to do things in a way of topics. So I hope you guys brought your topics. My topic is I'm always kind of annoyed about the stuff that they teach kids in school, or how it's like it's so unnecessary. Like, okay, I understand maths is something that you need to learn, but there's so much in maths that we don't need to learn. As in, like, so why are they pushing so much of it? And there's
Once
other
you know the numbers, you're laughing, aren't you? Really?
yeah,
You
like,
can work
okay,
a
obviously we have
calculator, you're
calculators now,
laughing.
and I'm always using a calculator, but I know my times table, but and if you need to learn other parts of maths, then that's fine. Okay, that'll be another class for you. You can do that still. We're not going to, I don't say completely get rid of it and all we're going to learn is our times tables,
Yeah.
So what
but-
are you thinking is not necessary then?
I just don't think it's necessary. Even, languages, that's fine, but maybe it's just maybe how they teach people. Like, here's an example. Like, me and my wife are complete opposites when it comes to school. Now, she's a perfect candidate for school. She memorizes stuff really easily. She aced every test she's ever had. And, it was just because a lot of times she wouldn't study until the night before and she just memorized the whole book. She's one of those people. I can read. I just can't soak it in. It's just impossible for me. So I fail tests constantly. And so school is obviously, it's just different for some kids than it is for others.
Yeah.
Like if you put a set square and a protractor in my hand to draw something, I can do wonders. You know what I mean? I can put a bunch of tools in woodwork or in metalwork. I'm at the top of the class. I just can't learn from reading a book. So, like, okay, let's say history, for example. I failed history all the time because they made us read from a book. And I didn't really know about war. I knew World War II existed. I didn't have a clue what World War I was about. It's just not till YouTube came out with the infographics show that I actually started learning history.
You learn a lot more through watching something that you're going to enjoy.
Yeah. And it's just, but it's more of like a need to know basis. And like there's just so much time wasted on homework, and
You haven't
Sorry,
got
David.
again.
carry on.
I'm
That's okay.
listening.
I just thought it was funny. whatever drink. So I was just kind of curious from you guys. It's like, what stuff did you just feel like they tried teaching you, or you did learn, and it just never came up in the rest of your life? Trigonometry, or algebra, which I think is a complete waste of time, but my wife would disagree, but she was never able to convince me otherwise. But anyway,
I also think it depends what teacher you got, because even you can have something really boring and you're not interested, but if you've got a nice teacher, you go, actually, this is all right, and you're learning. So I've had that with history, and then you get to like GCSEs and they go, you got to pick history or geography. So I went for history because last year we learned all the American awesome stuff with horses and battle on whatever it was, High Peak or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is amazing. And then I know I learned it so well, because then I lost interest when I hit the GCSE, because they just started telling me other stuff like Tudors, and I was like, I'm not really that interested. And then I had a boring teacher, and I was like, ugh, why did I choose this? I should have gone for geography.
I had to do them all. I had to go 12 GCSEs doing all of it. But like David was saying, some people are equipped. Like my brother, you could give him anything and he can build it. The other day he rang me up. He's like knocked his whole wall through and built himself French doors. But give him something like reading and writing. No, but this is what I'm saying. Different people. If we was all the same, then the world wouldn't be as creatively diverse as it is today. So we all need different skill sets. Mm-hmm. For me, the only thing that I wish schools did more, which they don't do, is life skills. Talk about taxes.
Yes,
talk about
that's what I wanted to bring up as
Yeah.
well.
Things that we need to actually know. I was never good at maths, but since leaving school, dealing with money, I'm so much better now with money and maths. I understand it. But, when you're talking about trigonometry and stuff like that, we don't need that. But if you're an architect and that's where you want to go, then you know that you need that type of information. Or if you're laying pipe or gas, and the minute you're starting doing stuff with like angles and that's where it really comes out. But that's what determines what job you're going to get. So if I don't really like history. I loved history. I like it. I've loved it at school.
I find it fascinating
Because
now.
that's where we are. Yeah.
it was just, it didn't make sense to me because I couldn't visualize anything. It's like even when I went to Germany, I went to one of the Daku camps or whatever when I was like 14 or 15. I didn't have anything. I was like, okay, this is cool. Oh, this is a nice stone. I like this stone. I'm gonna keep this stone. What I mean? As in, like, it was just I didn't understand. I couldn't get a visual. Obviously, there was horrendous stuff happened there, but I never got to soak that in. Now, if I went there, it would be like I would get goosebumps and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, but you perhaps didn't need that. Look at where you are today. Look at what person you are. I know people out there that wouldn't even have the first idea of making a game like you have. That's your creativity. That's where you excel. If you were doing something else, then you'd be a different
David.
David.
Just pays someone to do it.
Doesn't matter. He still used his head to do that. It's still his creativity mindset that's allowed him to do that.
You've still gone down that route, yeah.
There's loads of people. I get surprised every day about listening to people and what they've done. And then you're just like, well, what did you do at school? Sir Richard Branson, for instance, or Alan Sugar. They didn't even go to school. They left. Multimillionaires. But it doesn't mean every kid. Doesn't mean every kid should not go to school. It just means some kids are just they're better off in life, whether they've got a talent. They might be born with a singing voice. There might be a football career, whatever it is. I think we're all geared to that because I think if we are all the same, life will be absolutely boring, and we wouldn't be as evolved today.
Absolutely,
without those creative minds.
Now, one thing as well, I just don't think it's fair for someone like my wife to be given the same homework as me. All right. It's just that while she can do her homework in half an hour and it would take me 3 hours and I'm just struggling. I'm asking my mom to help me and this and this and this, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just not fair. We're two different people, two different ways of learning, two different minds. And it's just, I don't know. It's just not fair that I have to like go into school the next day and then get a bollocking from a teacher for doing a shit work and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's just, first of all, again, they've even had studies over this. Homework is stupid. You should never be given homework. All right, because it's proven.
Kids will love you.
Yeah,
it's proven that it doesn't help. You know, as in like when we're done from school. First of all, school is too long. You know, and of course, maybe school is that length because that's usually how many hours parents are at work. That way, you know, parents can still go to work and have their kids in school. You know, so I can understand that being a reason. Because they already make school start at a certain time just to go along with adults. You know, they're basically the reason. That's adults are the people who choose the times, and they kind of choose whatever works for them. You know, right? Even because there's a lot of teenagers that would definitely benefit from having school start at 10 o'clock instead of starting at 8 or 9. Well, what time does school start over there?
Logan starts at 8 o'clock. Logan starts at 9 until 3.
All right, so we got a 9 a.m.
You're on about like 10
Depends
o'clock,
what school
David.
you're on. Yeah.
What type of city is that going to be if you've got all these lazy people that don't want to educate themselves and then they get to a stage when they're older and like, oh, I need to educate. Well, guess what? Now you've got to pay university fees. You've had the first 16 to 18 years for free. Just take it. Knowledge is power. Learn what you need. Well,
it's not that. It's just
when you're young, you don't recognize.
It's not that they're
that,
lazy. Teenagers just they need a lot more sleep. You know, is the thing.
There's plenty of time to sleep when we're dead.
All right, so let's go ahead and ignore that statement. So teenagers literally work better at different times. You know,
yeah, I'd agree with that.
But anyway, yeah, it's just I just have a beef with certain subjects. Again, you know why it's taking up the same amount of time as something that could be better. You know, I know you do get to choose. Like I definitely did choose what's it called? Technical drawing, woodwork, metalwork.
Yeah.
You know, so I chose all those. You know, so I did all right in those. I just the first 3 years before you, like in Ireland, we had your junior cert and your leaving cert. So your first 3 years are your junior cert, and you did all the subjects. You did every subject, and then afterwards you cut it down. You know, you shaved all of that down.
The one I really didn't like was RE. Hated
What's RE?
Yeah,
religious education.
Oh my god, it was an option. You didn't have to go.
It wasn't an option for me. I had to go.
Yeah, we are.
And I wasn't religious in the slightest. I'm still not. I'm Chloe's religion. I'm my own religion. I'm not really religious. I understand people have their own religions, and you know that's fine. I don't mind that. I don't like religion being pushed on me. That's what I don't like. I was like, I appreciate everyone's got their own. That's fine. I understand that. I don't need to know the history behind it. You know, you believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
For me, Ari was just like another version of history, just with religion thrown in, and I just didn't. I failed it.
Absolutely.
See, I
hated
don't
it.
get that.
So you're not going to go to heaven because you failed religion class.
I've already been told by Christians that I'm not going to heaven. I'm going to hell, and I've accepted this. It's fine.
They probably have
But
more
I
fun
just-
down there.
Yeah, exactly. You get fired.
Surely there's a different place in hell for the people, for the non-believers versus the murderers down there. I know we're all going down there, but as in like, come on, there has to
Well,
be.
there's a
different
nice
Already
hell
in
and a
hell.
horrible hell.
This is already hell, where we're at now, if you think of it that way.
Oh, so we're already dead.
So we just relive
Okay.
our
Well,
lives.
no, I didn't mention dead. What I mean is, on here, we live to die, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's
What's
so
the point?
sad when you say it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
what's
technically,
the-
yes.
yeah.
Well,
then
it
we're
depends. Do you
we're paying
believe in
taxes.
reincarnation or anything like that? That's the other thing.
No, but this is the thing, right? What you said there, you just touched on it perfectly. Because if you look at it, we watch our loved ones die.
Why, when Jamma's
What's
here,
our
it gets all
loved ones-
serious?
Sorry.
It's fine. I appreciate it, Jamma. You've just got your podcast
Don't worry,
head
he'll be.
on you. It's good.
He's trying to plug his show eventually.
No,
It's
no,
just,
I'm not. I'm just
No,
answering
I'm
in a proper,
appreciating
honest
the,
way.
the
Like,
intellectual conversation.
I'm just listening.
you
to
But
what
Chloe,
you're saying.
sorry, but Chloe does like to ruin these things. All right, when someone
I
actually
do.
does start talking properly and like
really
it
do
throws her a
something.
little off.
Yeah.
So,
I can imagine all these people sat in trucks going, "Fucking shut up, woman! Back to the kitchen."
No, I don't think that. They're waiting for you to flash again. I think they're all
No, that's
waiting.
what it is. All right, tell them all. Why don't you?
But yeah, no. Look, we're already on it. We see things, don't we? But look, you've said that Ari's pushed on me. My daughter mentioned it tonight. I don't like it because I don't believe in God, Dad. And I went, that's fine. But then what you've done is you've sparked me. Well, why are these parents going out christening their kids? They've not
Yeah.
even made that choice yet. They're still babies,
Yeah.
but it's been forced at that age, and I think that's wrong. I don't think if
Yeah.
you're not an adult or you're not of age to make a decision, I don't think
Yeah.
you should be.
well, it's
Should
just
be
in
allowed to
case.
make that decision. Yeah.
It should be
just-
just in
they-
case. No, I
just
think
just
they
in
should do
case.
that.
But
No, I
you
think
can
they should
get
have.
christened
They should
when
be
you're
choiced.
older.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can-
I think
you
it
can
should be
make
your
choice.
choice.
Well,
So-
you know what? You know why they get christened as a baby?
No,
Is
I
this
don't.
Can't
something?
complain.
Well, no, they get christened as a baby is because if they pass, because if they're not christened, they go to hell, and if they are christened,
But who says there is a
they go to
hell
heaven.
and a hearth, Evan?
huh?
See, I reckon these 10 Commandments were just put there to keep us all in line.
Well, that's
Thou
exactly
shalt not
it.
this,
No,
yeah.
I totally. Here's the thing: we have a few rules
Have
on
you
this
seen
podcast.
Loki yet?
First, we don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion, and here we are
Oh, yeah,
going
shit,
right
sorry.
into depth about religion. And I could talk about this for hours. You know, and I believe so.
bad.
We've already we've already kind of broken it. But again, my belief is that yes, you're right. Religion was put there to kind of keep us in check. And it was probably a good idea at the time, you know. But
No, it makes sense. It does make
it does
sense.
make sense, you know. It absolutely does.
I mean, I'm christened. I was christened, but I've still got that same. I don't go to
wasn't.
church.
I christened my boys just a few months ago,
Yeah.
you know,
Cougar.
and my other boys
Is there a blue
20 years ago
religion?
got christened.
There should be.
Yeah, my mum's Catholic. You know, she's Catholic, Irish. But it makes you think when you get old. It's like, why didn't I have that choice? That's mine to make. Nobody else's.
My parents let me have the choice. So I've got 3 brothers. The first 2 were christened, and then me and my other brother, we weren't. We got given the choice, and I was like, hell no.
Well, wasn't there a
I'm
woman
not
who
dressing up in a dress.
wasn't there a woman like that who gave her kids the choice of choosing their own names, and the kids actually got to choose their own names? If I remember
Is
right
there?
Yeah.
Oh my
there's this
god!
woman,
Please
she
tell
let
me
her
they call
kids choose
themselves Hamburger or something.
There is something funny. I don't know if Nessa can find
Unicorn
that. Put it up.
princess.
There's definitely they allowed the children to make up their own names. I've just remembered when you just said that.
How old were they when they got
I
to
don't
make the
know.
choice?
They were dead young. They were probably young, like toddlers sort of age.
Or do you think they had like flashcards? Which picture do you like the best? And then they chose a picture.
Just imagine that though.
Wow. Can you imagine
Yeah.
if your child chose like hamburger? It's like, oh, this is hamburger.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
Well, there was one guy. We opened up a bank account for my daughter today, and the bloke behind the counter, this bank clerk, he says, because my daughter had to do a signature, the first time ever doing a signature, and she just put her initials, and I was like, come on. And the bloke says to me, he says, to be fair, we had one young lad come in here and he just drew a stick man. He said, well, no one's ever going to copy that. I said, was it allowed? There's a stick man. He went, yeah, there was no problem with that. It was fine. So some kids came out with a stick
in all
man.
fairness, if you remember the stick man, who else is going to go, oh, I wonder what the signature is? They're going to put the initials, aren't they?
Exactly. It's brilliant when you think of it. You're drawing an actual stick man.
In England, if you guys don't have a signature in the back of your card, you guys will actually get refused. Because my wife was telling me this one time that, as in like, it's just, I don't know. It's like these cashiers have the tiniest little bit of power to make someone's day bad without having to feel,
trips.
and like it's just no signature. We can't accept this card. I'm like, shut the. Really?
But just give me a pen, fucking dickhead.
Yeah, as in like, well, no, it needs to be signed before we get here.
I've never had that, to be fair.
But it's just, that's just ridiculous. You want my money or not? Yeah. Come on now.
Some people have great signatures, though, don't they? You ever seen them proper like flamboyant? Like, whoa,
or have you ever seen Donald Trump's signature?
No.
Oh, seriously, it's just. I don't know how many lines there is, but it's basically it's just a up down 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 up down. Yeah. We got
that kind of sounds like mine.
Yeah, seriously, it's just serious. You obviously you can't see me.
Oh right, mine's
on the
like
thing,
that.
but it's just something like that. Everyone in America got to see that one time because when we had a stimulus check that we got in America.
No one's going to copy it though, are they?
Due to COVID, and we the check that was written, he made sure that his signature was on it. Because
like
he didn't have to be. You know what I mean?
Richter scale signature.
Yeah.
Mine I'm really proud of because I've got C Hammond. So I've just got lots of swells. So I literally just do like a C and then I just keep going with the loops.
Nice.
So it makes approximately the right amount of letters and then it's a little flick at the end. C Hammond.
Nice.
So I can't find
No one's gonna
anything
copy it.
online. I can't find anything online about the parents that let the kids name themselves. The only thing I found is the parents that let the kids choose their own gender identity, which is bizarre.
Oh, I've seen those ones. Yes.
Yeah, I can't find anything
At
about
what
the naming,
age?
though.
As in like when they're young?
Yeah.
A lot of them are very young. Yeah.
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 There's somebody. I do like to not correct people, but as in like I can't remember what it was. We post videos, we post pictures or whatever on Facebook of our kids all the time, especially every month. There'll be new, just the update of the month of what they did, and here's the pictures that we took, and all that kind of thing. But somebody said that all the girls are gonna be chasing him when he gets older because he's such a cute kid and all that kind of stuff. My reply was, "Our boys," just and there are all those Southern California women that are all Republican and they're all against that kind of stuff. And they're all very religious too, and they're very against the whole LGBTQ movement and all that kind of stuff. So I was kind of like, in a way, I'm just kind of like trying to piss them off, just to get a reaction out of them. Hey, and of course, they can choose whatever. They can do whatever. We're not going
When
to.
they're
Especially
18, they can make that choice. Yeah.
Oh, they can do whatever they want before that. If they feel power, if they feel enough pressure and that they haven't been manipulated into it, and like again, we can't stop them. It is what it is.
Let people be free. Let people be free and choose whatever they want to do, and no one should be able to judge anyone. It's not, as long as it's not affecting your life.
Yeah,
not hurting you or anybody.
Again, as long as you're not making us do stuff either, there's just again the biggest debate right now is just the fact that people aren't calling people by the correct gender. It's just because it's just that's now you're making me do something. Now you're getting me involved is the thing. So it's such a touchy subject, and but anyway. All right, so obviously my topic is over, which I'm fine with. Again, now Jamma,
quite a deep one now?
Oh yeah, a couple of deep ones.
That was a deep one.
Jamma, have you brought one?
I have brought one actually. It's a nice. It's first off, I just want to obviously it's Remembrance Day today over here for everybody. I just wanted to just bring that up for any of our lost soldiers that are fallen, obviously, and that like that. So. Big respect to those guys for holding us up and giving us the laugh we got today. So, big respect to all the
giving the laugh we have today. Is that what you said?
The life.
No, life.
Oh, I heard laugh.
Life.
The life.
Okay,
the life. I was speaking Irish for you there, David. Right. So I respect the guys for the life that we've got here today. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here right now.
Cool. Just
I'll be
He
standing
understands
instead of
that
that
sitting
sounds
on the
way
bus
better
now.
than laugh. By the way.
Life.
So
No, but yeah, I've got a nice little subject here about trucking, and I imagine there's a lot of truckers out there that will all agree when I say you're in lane 1, you're catching up with the truck in front of you, so you put your right indicator on, obviously you do your checks, you move out, you're getting close, you're neck and neck with the other truck driver, and he's racing you. And it's like, mate, what are you doing, you pleb? Back up. There's an old
took
rule.
a completely different turn there.
Well, this right. There's a 7-second rule. It's an ancient rule that all truckers used to have this etiquette. All these, I don't know where this new entitlements come from other drivers now. I'm on the road first. I ain't moving. Piss off. Mate, back up. 7 seconds. Just take your foot off the gas for 7
Yep,
seconds.
I always do that,
Let
yeah.
me back in, and then we can crack on with the day. Because
Yeah.
all you're doing is pissing off drivers now behind me. Now I was on the A14 Friday. And you know where John Deere is? I don't know if you know that part, just near Huntingdon.
No idea, but go for
Right,
it, yeah.
right, so it's Huntingdon,
Yeah, I know.
and there's a slip lane.
David
Comes
knows.
across. I've come over the flyover, and I've moved over into lane 2 to let this truck driver come off the slip road. Everything's all great. He puts his hand up. Thanks, mate. No worries. Sweet as. He then starts speeding up in lane 1, and I'm like, mate, you gonna let me back in or what? And then he undertakes me and carries on, and I'm like, mate.
Yeah.
What is the point? What is the point? If you know you're quicker than me, I've let you out. Let me back in. You drop down, then you overtake me. So yeah, that's my topic. I don't understand that. What kind of etiquette is that? What crap's that? What drivers are doing this? Because these ain't old school drivers with proper etiquette. You know, when you see one truck driver broke down, all the truck drivers are there helping that one truck driver out. Now you see it, they all drive on like waving at the truck driver. Ah, you're on your own, mate. Pop tyre. There's no respect, mate. Honestly. From truckers I speak
I
to,
have
the
seen
older
that a
guys,
lot,
they
yeah.
all say trucking world now is disgusting. It's rubbish. It's not the same as it used to be.
it definitely isn't the same. Like even over here in America, like when I joined the industry, it's 20 years ago. It was definitely there is a difference, but not as much as there is a difference there was like back in the 70s or whatever it is. You know what I mean? To where really, I don't know. Obviously, I didn't live back then, but
Allegedly.
like here, okay.
Reincarnated
sorry,
David, yeah.
here's okay. Every time now, here's some etiquette. All right, that doesn't happen as much as it used to. You know, when someone is overtaking, let's say I'm overtaking, and basically as soon as the back of my truck gets past the front of the guy I'm overtaking, he'll flash his lights, or he'll turn his lights off to kind of indicate
Acknowledge
that
your space.
yeah, and that way, and like that's just basically him saying it's like I'm okay if you get over now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but
I
as
do
in
that
like
with
that's
people.
that's what it says. You know, just now. A lot of the time too, when you do get over, you know, you'll flash your lights, your hazards, whatever
hazards,
marker
yeah.
lights, or it is. All right, but a lot of that doesn't happen anymore. It happens, but not as much as it used to happen. You know, before I kind of relied on it. Nowadays, like I'm just presuming they're not going to fucking even flash.
Yeah.
I'm at that point now where I'm just going to presume it. So I'll just get over whenever. I'll basically once I'm next to the truck, my turn signal goes on. And I'll get over when I feel like I'm past, you know. But
That's scary though as well, isn't it? When they don't flash, you just see the lights on. It's like, mate, you're going to let me know. It's dark. I don't know. Am I going to take you out?
when it's
And
dark and raining,
yeah.
oh, that is the worst.
Well, over here, Dave, it's always Stobart drivers. I don't know what it is with them guys. I know they're not Stobarts no more. They're clean, but they don't do it. They don't flash the lights. Are you saving bulbs? or are you just arseholes? What's going on here?
People are in their own world now.
Yeah.
You know, they're just
big time.
they're just
There's-
they've got a
have you
lot more.
noticed- Go on, David.
They have a lot more entertainment going on. You know,
Yeah.
where they're just like. And you know, there's a lot of cruise control going on. Now they have to like, all right, fine. I have to move my hand. Click.
I've got
you know?
to press a button.
Yeah.
Last week
Well,
I was
the-
driving a
the-
car and now I'm in a truck. I drive how I like. Thank you very much.
The other one I've noticed is if you do the etiquette and then you do take on, foot off the accelerator and just come back a little bit to let them in, a lot of people don't acknowledge that you're going to do that and they'll sit out in the outside lane because they've not checked their mirrors. Even though when I go past, I constantly check my mirrors.
I've had that
And you'll
happen.
see they've not checked their mirrors and then you flash them, nothing. Flash them again.
Oh, yeah,
Nothing.
they're not
So you sit
looking.
there. No, they're not looking. You're
They're
like,
not
Because they
looking, mate.
presume
must have
that you're
checked your
still.
mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just presume you're
They're
still
half a
there. They
mile
don't
down,
even look. Yeah. And you're
Yeah,
there
the life of
like
my van,
flashing, and I just sit there going flash, 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 flash. Anyway now, flash, flash.
Use your bloody mirrors.
And I'm just like, you can seriously not have been this long to like not use your mirrors. And then all of a sudden they pull in, and you're like, yay!
They're,
Well
like this,
done.
they're like this, mate. That's what they're doing. Like,
Oh my God, the amount of people that I have
there's
seen
no
with their
left
phone in
unlocked.
front of their eyes. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You gotta be careful though now.
You know, that
Careful.
is that etiquette where you say basically let off your accelerator for 7 seconds.
Yeah,
7
just
I don't-
off the cruise
yeah.
control.
I don't think that's actually. I've never even seen anybody do. I do it personally because I look to the left and like, dude, I've made eye contact. I can see you for like 5 seconds. You're going that slow past me, as in like, okay, so I will slow down. But people don't seem to do that. You know, it has happened, but very rarely. It's not etiquette. Yes,
No.
you know, I don't think it. Maybe it
should
has
be,
back
though,
in the
'cause it
day.
just makes life so much easier.
Oh, it does. It
Just give them the wiggle
absolutely
if they
does.
don't. Just wiggle the whole truck and trailer. They'll soon bloody move.
They won't be looking in the mirror. They ain't got a clue. They ain't got a clue.
I had my father riding with me one time when he came to visit, and now I worked for a big company. There was like 16,000 trucks. You know, it was a good sized company. You know, and we drive by another company. No, we drive by the same company truck, another co-worker, you may say, and he had his headers lights were on, the triangles were up and everything, and I drive by him. I don't say anything, you know. And it's just like, and he said to me like, "You're not going to pull over?" I'm like, "And do what? What do you want me to do?" I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "He could need help. He's got his hazard lights on. He has this, as in like, he has you know, he's there sitting in his truck. He's like, if he has a problem, he knows who to call. There's like, I'm
do?
2 lanes. I'm 2 lanes over. By the time I can even get to stop, you know, it's just basically you got to look at if he's, because it was a major road. There was 4 lanes going both directions. There's busy traffic, and to be honest with you, he wasn't actually that far away from his own company, from our terminal. Now you may say that, well, like, why wouldn't you pull over just to make sure and everything? I'm like, well, first of all, I couldn't, and I wouldn't know what to do anyway, is the thing. And the fact that he already had his flashers out and his triangles out, okay, he's done everything he needs to do. He's just going to call breakdown, and that's just part of the job. And like,
It's not something simple that you can help him with. Yeah,
like it might have been, it could have been, but as in like, chances are it's not. And like, what if he needed water? If he needed water, there'd be bloody steam coming from his engine. All right, so obviously that's not the case. All right. Presuming that it wasn't recent, but I don't know. It just, but the thing, what he said, this one thing though that it still irritates me today. I'm like, oh, you're more American than the Americans themselves. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm like, I was just, I like, oh, that's not an insult. Well, I'm taking it as one. All right, I know your thoughts on Americans and anybody that doesn't look like you. All right, but anyway, yeah. So
No, it does happen. You get lost in your my mate on the way back from Felixstowe the other day. Container got 20-footers on the Skellies. He has a blowout. We're on a con call together. Following, I see all this blue smoke in my mirror. He's had a blowout. Absolutely tore his tyre. And I had the same thing. I says, what do I do? What do I do? I'm in front. I'm going at speed. He's going at speed. I can't pull up. Can I pull up? I'm in a live lane. It's 2 lane. The A14 coming back from Felixstowe.
Yeah.
Back there, we just passed the speed trap, i.e. mobile camera. And I says to my mate, I says, look, mate, I says, I can't do it. There's nothing I can physically do. I'm going to carry on, but I'm going to call highways for you and get that road locked off. And that's what I did. But I felt guilty all day. I thought, I've just left my buddy. Just left him to it.
But what can you do other than just sit there and wait for a tyre guy? Really, you've done the right thing.
Well, now you've got
by
2
making a phone
trucks
call.
in the road, ain't you?
yeah, there we
yeah,
go
exactly.
as well.
So I had to just carry on. But yeah, I apologised to him all day about that. I just thought, you know what, mate,
Yeah, but
I'm so
it's
sorry.
not one of those you can help with. Do you know what I mean? It's
No.
there is the odd thing you can help with or whatever, or
I've got a picture of
but
the
something
tyre
like
for you,
that. What,
Well,
you're going to
see,
magically fix up a tyre and oh, that's
Well,
all
this
right.
is
I've
it.
got a mobile mechanic in the back of my lorry.
Mate, honestly, the tyre was absolutely dismantled. If I can, here he is. I don't
What,
wanna show you
completely
that.
delaminated?
There you go. If you can see that,
Oh yeah,
Looking
that's
at
a
the
that's a
tyre
common image
that-
I've seen.
yeah,
It's
so
basically gone.
the
It's
mud guard's
exploded.
gone.
Yeah.
The whole lot's gone, mate. And it took.
Yeah.
It was in a lay-by for 6 hours. Because
my
the guy,
God.
he says to me, he says, Crouchers have come out, and literally he said they must have sent the guy on his last job, and he'd just taken his whole time. It took 2 hours for the guy to come with a tie. It was supposed to be a 90 minute, 60 to 90 minute. So he ended up nighting out at Cambridge Services. Lost the whole day.
No.
And that happened at about 11 o'clock in the morning. You know.
Some days just go like that, though, don't they? If you have an issue and you're like, it'll be a quick fix, and it's not, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's gone,
What
mate.
the fuck?
And I felt rubbish because he's ringing me up every minute. Bloody hell. And I'm like, mate, look, it's trucking.
Yeah. Etiquette, again. Yeah, it's just something that has definitely changed when it comes to even helping people out when they're struggling and reversing. You're more than likely, if you see a driver struggling to back up, you're more than likely to see another driver hold their phone up to record it, then have that.
Then actually get out and help.
Yeah, you know, well, a lot of time what I'll do, because sometimes people just don't even want help. They're just like, I can do this. I've been driving for 4 years. I think I know how to back up. And like, but you know, a lot of times what I'll do, I'd say to them, by the way, my hand's on my horn. Listen to my horn if you're going, and just stop if you're going to hit, if you hear the horn, because you're going to hit me. All right.
Yeah.
And hey, otherwise, carry on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, but
That's
definitely,
the best way to do it. Yeah.
yeah. If he's going to be backing up next to me, I'm going to be watching. And my hand is on my horn. My arm is on my horn.
I find, when someone offers to help or like back you out of somewhere or a busy junction or something, we'll sit you out, and it's like, well, to be honest, it makes life harder for me because I'm then concentrating on you rather than what I'm doing. And it throws me out. I mean, sometimes you'll get a really good one that's really helpful, but overall, you trust your own judgment, don't you? And then, so I'll always just be like, if it's going wrong, just shout. If I'm about to hit and make contact, shout the fuck at me. If not, just let me do my thing. There's not much else you can do.
Yeah.
Here's a tip for all drivers as well. If you ever hear a horn, presume it's for you. Just presume.
Yes.
Even if it's kind of faint, just presume. Is all, because if you always presume it's yours.
Don't then swear at them.
We do this
Fuck
thing
you!
at
I
work.
just pulled across your lane. Fuck you!
We all play a trick at work. Whenever we see this shunter in work, me and all my mates now will go, whoa! And then you see every driver like, oh, is it me? Whoa! Kind of thing. It's so funny. And just everybody. But yeah, I had one of those bad guys that you're on about, Air Chloe. The banksman. Pitch black, mate. I was in Millwall doing a delivery when I was working at the old company, and there's cars parked on the speed ramp. I think I might have spoke to you about this in the group last year as well.
I probably didn't listen, but yeah.
But there was like when you got your speed ramps, and then dead left is the in, and it's so tight to get in. But there's a Golf parked up there. Pitch black, and I says to the guy, mate, I need you to watch the back of that, because when I turn, that's going to kick out, and I need to make sure I'm not going to hit that car.
Yeah.
So I'm coming forward, creeping at 2 miles an hour like that. Next minute I know, the guy's here at my window went, what are you doing here? I went, you better go back and check. He went, oh no, mate, you've hit it. I'm not surprised.
What?
You've come to me.
Jesus Christ.
I scraped his bumper and I was like, what are you doing? I've asked you to stay there, mate. No, he's up my window as I'm driving forward.
Oh, it's too late. Too late.
Yeah.
He just watches you hit it and then walks over. You've hit it. Don't worry. It's 10
No,
points.
but he didn't say that. He come to me and I said, mate, what are you doing here? I said, I need you back there to keep an eye.
I was there. You hit it. Is that? Did he come all the way up to you just to say that you hit it?
No, that's what I'm saying. He just come to me and I'm like, what are you doing here? I said, go back there. Oh no, you can't move.
It's the ones. It's the ones where you reverse and you can't see again, and they're just going, yeah, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, and then you're like going back. You're like, it's like stopping me here. What's stopping me? I can't go back. And then you get out and there's a fucking like pallet of something that I'm backed up on, and he's like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We smash it. It's fine. I was like, no, it doesn't fucking work like that. Yeah, so fucking idiots, some of them. That's why I don't trust them. You just rather get on. If you're going to make the mistake, you make it yourself then, don't you? It's your own fault.
Own it. Own that mistake, mate.
You can't go back to your transport manager and go, oh yeah, the guy said keep going.
Yeah.
Fucking ploughed through this crowd of people.
Don't say that. That actually happened, didn't it?
Oh no,
There was this guy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There was this guy. It was at the customer that I was. I basically worked at this particular facility, and I would just shunt trailers into doors all day, and
Into doors or through doors?
into doors.
David through the back doors. He's coming in.
And,
Smashed all the back doors in.
but we do get a lot of drivers coming in, and they'll back their own trailer into the door if they show up on their appointment time. Because normally, what I would do is I would just make sure that all the appointment times get checked in on time, and then they can show up later on a few hours the next day. Doesn't matter, whatever, right? So this driver, he worked for our company, and he was backing in, and I thought he was struggling, and I just basically, okay, now I'm over here, and I told him I'm gonna stand here and make sure you're not gonna hit anything, because you got close a couple of times. I'm like, so, and he kind of looked at me and kind of like, fuck you, kind of thing. I was like, I'm still going to stop you from hitting something. All right. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. All right. It's just that you're in one of those harder docks that, and he struggled too because the power steering kind of went out. And where if you're stopped and you're not, if you're not giving it acceleration, all right, it won't move very well. Yeah. But if you give it a little acceleration, all right, it will move. I don't know how power steering works, but that's just,
it's when you're moving, it's better, isn't it?
And like, I could tell him, but he's a dickhead. So the sweat that is pouring off him right now, and he's just dreading that he has to stop and make an adjustment, But because he was an asshole. He absolutely was an asshole.
What he was doing, David? Why would you need to tell him?
But yeah, no, but he did. He was going to hit. He definitely guaranteed was going to hit something if I didn't stop him a couple of times.
Oh really? Oh
yeah, no, he was. He really. I actually had to stop him, as in like. There's just it is hilarious when you see people.
And what was his report? Was he like, I know, I can see.
Afterwards when he was backed up, I did tell him, by the way, if you accelerate, you'll be able to turn. That's why you were able to turn while you were moving and when you were giving it a little time. It was just like, it was after the fact. Yes, I'm a dickhead. Whatever. What are you gonna do about it?
Just sat there laughing with your popcorn like the Michael Jackson meme.
Well, what really sucked for him too is that I wasn't the only person that was there, because I was actually chit chatting with a few other guys, and so we probably made him nervous. It's just that he was just, I don't know, just a proper dickhead. And I just anyway.
You took great pride in making him worry, and
I did. Like, if just ask for help. Ask for help if you're struggling. As simple as that. Right? Just stop
There's no
trying to be so
shame in
proud.
it at the end of the day. Yeah.
But hey, I'm not perfect. Hey, the thing is, in truck driving, everyone, like, you probably hear most of us don't ever say the bad shit we've done as a truck driver. And like, you're going to hear the good stuff. We just don't want to admit the bad stuff. I'm like, I've done some. I've been an asshole. Where I didn't leave somebody out because I was just, or whatever it is, whatever the reason is. Mainly the biggest asshole I am is when I don't move over one lane to the, I don't move over to the number 2 lane when a car is merging onto the freeway, and he's right next to me. I'm like,
you don't have to, do you?
I don't have to. Legally, I don't have to. And I don't.
Give way sign. They're supposed to stop and give way anyway.
Yeah, but they don't think that, do they? They think, oh yeah, I've got right away. That tosser didn't.
Yeah, but you've seen them as well. They come down that slip road, and they don't join at the same speed. They do like 40. They're like, I'm just going to. We're like,
now, is it to 99% of the trucks that do it? I will slow down, or I'll get over, or whatever is needed.
Yeah, I'll try and make room.
But that truck driver who actually. You could be behind me. What are you doing? You easily could be behind me right now. I'm going to stay in this lane right now, especially if there's a, it's just he had the option.
Certainly can.
It's like he didn't look to the left or something or another, and like all of a sudden there's a truck there. I don't know. It was just.
They do that a lot when you're near a delivery site as well, don't they? The other truck tries to race you to get there first.
Oh my God, I've done that so many times. I have seriously done that so many times, racing. Like, a lot of times I know shortcuts, because a lot of times I've been to the same customer too many times, and they take this route, and and all of a sudden they're like, "How'd you get here before me?" I just know. I just
ain't
know
waiting
better
behind
way.
you, mate.
Seriously, the amount of times, because I don't know. I'm getting paid. I've got a lot. I'm going to be there lots of times. Meaning, as in, like, this is not the only time I'm going to be here today. I need to go here, load, bring the trailer back, get another trailer, and then do it again. I'm like, so I just God, seriously, the amount of times I've done that where I'm racing.
You guys. Yeah, it does. It happens in the container yard a lot. I'm always like racing, and I'm like, even.
Oh my God, container drivers are the craziest.
I'm here. Move. I've got to beat him on the roundabout. Inside lane. Let's go. Just leave him sat there.
My only similar thing at the moment is there's like a special job that we do next door, and it's right next door to us. I think I've gone on about it many a times. But my latest thing is I've gone, do you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm now important. I'm going to be pushing in front of you lot. They're all tippers waiting to get in, get tipped, get reloaded. And they're where they get reloaded is like right at the entrances. Like if there's a tipper there, you can't get in and out. But we've got bins that we've got to tip and then bring back. And, you know, if we don't tip them, they can't keep working effectively.
Yeah.
So
you should have
now,
priority.
Yeah, well, you should have, but the manager's like, oh, you'll have to wait. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I've got jobs to do, mate. I'm not waiting. So now what I do is I will there'll be a big queue of like 8 tippers, and I'll just drive in front of them all and then reverse onto the weighbridge, like next to the weighbridge where they come out. Just so I'm in front of absolutely everyone. I get the dirtiest looks ever, and I sit there and I reverse in, load up my bin, and I'm going, hey. Yeah,
you don't go, hey, do you? Or do you do it in your head?
Hey!
I give them thumbs up, like, yay, thanks for letting me in, guys. You had no choice.
You should throw your card out and just say, do you realise who I am? I'm Skip Chick South
Do
West
you know who I am?
Use that one.
Allegedly Skip Chick. So I need to do some videos. Like 8 months down the line, I've not done any for a while.
Are you serious?
Hold up. I beg to differ. I've seen a couple the other day, but there's a subscription fee now.
Yeah, that's
What?
OnlyFans. We're not talking about.
OnlyFans. That's right. Keep forgetting about that.
I'm on a waiting list. They won't even let me on. There's that many people there. I'm like, for God's sake.
No
You'll have to go with the tipper drivers.
It's one of them, you know.
What was this topic about again? Etiquette?
I have no idea.
It was etiquette, and in that I've seen it's the Moobler's daughter's birthday as well. So happy birthday to your daughter.
Yes, I did say that one earlier.
Happy birthday.
There has been comments going on, and we've all ignored it.
If I read, I'm not listening. Is the thing, and I feel like with Tom not here, I feel like I need to step into some shoes that I'm just not usually ready to be in. Usually, I can drift off and play a game on my phone when Tom's talking.
He sits and plays his video game.
Yeah, you know. But I'm like,
There's a house I built whilst doing the podcast. I'm new to the dog.
What games are you playing?
All right, we have
Animal Hospital or something like that. I don't know. Do you remember that? Theme
Come
Hospital.
on then, David. Come on, what are you getting out?
Before we get, we forget housekeeping. Isn't that something that we're supposed to do? I'm sure Nessa has posted so many times in the chat. Housekeeping, maybe maybe not. But anyway,
Has she? I don't know.
She probably has. It's just, or she's at least texted.
Yeah, do some housekeeping, and we'll do the Patreons at the end as usual.
All right. Well, again, thank you very much, patrons.
Do it.
If you do join our Patreon group, you support our channel and getting us better equipment and all that stuff, and maybe get a little advertising going on in there as well. You know. Also, if you want to buy some merchandise, another way to support us, you can get it at salmonslap.com, where I think Chloe or somebody has made some new merchandise there recently. Was it you, Nessa, who made new merchandise?
I've made a beanie hat.
Ooh.
With the colder weather coming, I thought we could do with a beanie hat, and it's actually quite nice. So I'll post a picture of that on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Ooh.
And I'll
like
share
a
the
plan.
details of how you can get one.
I might have to get one of them. Has it got a bubbly bit at the top?
It's optional.
Ooh.
Do you know what that
Bluetooth
bubbly bit is?
headphones?
What was for?
Yes, it's for when you make it. You end up
Sailors.
with a bubbly bit.
No, it's
It
for
was
sailors,
for
wasn't it?
sailors, yes, so they wouldn't bang
Oh,
their head.
yeah. All right. I just made it up.
Is it
Whatever.
that bit?
Yeah,
It's like
and if
the
you
O's
want
and
to,
donuts.
just because we're doing housekeeping, we have Jamma. The name of his show is it's not what it used to be called. It's called something else, thanks to one of our Patreons.
Yeah, one of your listeners, yeah.
Yeah.
Your
What's
guy,
the name of your show again?
patrons. Still worth the journey.
Still worth the
Still
journey.
worth the journey.
How many
And-
episodes are we in now, Jamma?
Oh, 36 now.
Are you
There's
really?
there's only I think there's only 6 on YouTube though, and
Yeah, a lot of
it's
shorts.
quite it's only because there wasn't the video camera there, so I've done
Right.
them all, obviously podcast style. But
Yeah, like
You know
we
what you
did at the
you know what you
beginning,
could do is what I used to do when I accidentally or when we couldn't get video of our podcast, I'd make puppets. They're basically called the digital puppets, where they actually start talking. And
I would love to have done that.
Yeah.
Even now, I keep thinking, shall I pay somebody to just go through the ones that are not video Do the
and
whole
have
repertoire.
really serious puppets doing it.
Yeah, like just in a little room or little cartoon animations, just going.
Oh, right. Honestly, seriously, that was it.
Do
Just
sock
makes
puppets.
for the video.
Yeah.
And obviously
I
we
don't
have
know how
Skip
to
Chick.
post.
We have Skip Chick, who hasn't
yeah.
posted in 8 months, and of course me with my
I will
my,
do eventually.
my trucking skills channel. And Nessa, you want to plug something? Don't you have a something that you do?
Yeah,
social media?
I still do YouTube occasionally. As I'm not agency anymore, I'm permanently employed by a company. I'm not allowed to tell anyone who they are, otherwise I can't upload. So I've not actually uploaded for a month or so yet because I've got to try and work out how I'm going to do it. But yeah, there will be videos at some point at on YouTube. Nessa the Mother Trucker. If you'd like to follow me, please do. So yeah, that's it.
There was this TikToker that I saw one time, and she was just she had a lot of subscribers, basically like 200,000 or whatever, right? And I was like, hey, that's the same company that I work for, and like so I kind of like I was like, hey, I saw a bunch of comments, people guessing where she worked for, and you know, and it's just only because I saw it in the bottom the convict's mirror. I'm like, oh yeah, I know those colors. Like she never actually said it or anything. It's just like I know those colors, and that's you know. And so I said, as in like, I know you work for. No, you don't. No one's ever been able to guess it, but I do. You work for blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh no, everyone knows, and they're going to be looking out for me. You basically called me out, and like you can delete this, by the way. I'm sorry I told people who you work for, and like you basically just said like I don't know. All right, it was like yeah, but she was pissed off, but then not pissed off. But it was just yeah, I just for some reason
She basically called you out on that one.
She
She's like,
kind of did.
Whatever.
Yeah, no one's ever been able to guess it right. I was like, but that's not a guess for me.
She can bleep that.
Yeah, but anywho, sorry, I don't know why I thought of that. Oh, was it? Oh yeah, because not knowing who, you're not supposed to, people don't know who you want to, who you work for. Again, I work for a company called May Trucking. All right, they're a small company of 1,000 trucks. God, that's a huge company.
Small,
that's a huge company over in England, isn't it?
I'm quite obvious about who I work for. EMS.
Kind of O license you need for 1,000.
Oh my god.
I've only worked 3 days this year for that company.
That's because they keep ringing you and you keep refusing the work.
No,
I'm busy that weekend.
No, I had a lot. Most of the time it's because they didn't have the. What's it? They didn't have the work. They didn't have the local work
at the beginning, and then when they do ask for work,
there was only 1 week where I couldn't do it. That was it.
Okay.
There was only one week. All right, that
week.
didn't happen throughout the entire year. I just got to work one day.
The whole year, that 1 week, you conveniently couldn't work.
I really, which is hilarious, actually, to be honest with you.
I know. I bet they were like, for fuck's sake, why did we?
Usually it's me asking for work. I'm like, oh, I knew I would get a phone call about that. Oh, because I didn't. Usually I give them a heads up that these are the weeks I can't actually work. All right, if you want me to work this week, I just like, I won't bother telling them this time because they haven't fucking called me in 2 months.
They ain't gonna ask me. Oh, amazing.
But anyway, I think that's shopkeeping. Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
There is one thing though, David. I've always wanted to see one, and I didn't realise this. And whether it's going to embarrass you or not, I'm going to say it because I think it's amazing achievement. So for anybody that don't know it, right, David subscribed to me the other day, and I was absolutely blown away with the amount of subscribers that dude's got.
Yeah.
So have you got the plaque? And is it really?
Yeah, I've
never seen one.
David's got a plaque.
Up there.
I would love to see this plaque.
There we go.
Wow.
I got the plaque.
My God. You should put that in this video, mate. Honestly, on the back.
David opened it in front of us.
I literally opened the box in front of them.
Did you?
On the show. Yeah.
Wow. I've seen it be cut in half before by those guys. On
I know,
YouTube.
right?
Cut everything in half, and they cut one in half. Yeah, they cut.
Well,
things in half.
they were given a gift of another one. It was a spare. They actually had a spare one, and it's
the spare one.
It's really cheap. It's really cheaply made.
Is it heavy?
No, it's light. It's really, really light.
But yeah, my daughter was blown
covered
away.
in silver, probably.
My daughter was blown away as well. She couldn't believe it. She's like, "Oh my God, he's famous, Daddy."
I'm not famous.
She loved it. Honestly,
Kind
it
of
made
are
her
a little
day.
bit, David. Yeah.
It made her day, and she got the game, and now we play it as a nice little family.
Aww.
I'm a D-lister, my wife
now
says.
post it as a family game.
Yeah.
Up it now. Enjoy
Oh,
for all the
stop.
family.
Did you bring a topic? Chloe?
I did.
What's your topic about?
Well, so you know how children grow up and have birthdays.
And have what?
Birthdays.
Okay.
And Logan's about to be 7 and has suddenly decided he wanted a birthday party.
Cool.
And has gone round his whole class telling everyone that they're all invited to iBounce for his birthday.
iBounce. What's iBounce? A trampoline
It's like
place?
a big trampoline park.
Yeah, that's
you have
not
to pay
cheap.
£300 for a party.
Could have bought trampolines for that, Chloe.
Yeah,
What are you
so
doing?
Logan's gone round his whole fucking class going, "Oh, you're all invited to my iBounce
Did he-
party."
Is there any kids in that class that he didn't invite?
No, he invited them all.
Okay, invite them all. Because that would
Every
suck for that
single
one kid
child.
who didn't get invited.
No,
Does
no,
he
no.
realise
he's not
Christmas
that mean.
is round the corner?
Yeah, he
And that
does.
potentially he could be losing all of his Christmas money to this party.
I
Hey,
don't know
maybe we
what
could.
he
Maybe
thought. He
just another
just-
trucking podcast could sponsor it.
I'd love for you guys to sponsor it. That'd be perfect. We get pictures of all the little kids and trucking podcasts.
Oh my god, yes! All the kids have to
Bouncing
wear
around.
this. That would be so
I'll
fucking
get little
awesome.
stickers from all.
Like
So, yeah.
Band-Aid.
Yeah. So now we've got an iBounce party coming up that's been booked and paid for. £300 it's cost.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
you decided
So
to have a child.
I was just
like we did.
curious how well, other than his little vindictiveness of managing to squirm this little pie, because I mean, I could have been a real twat and gone, "No, what you on about, Logan?" And then all his friends go, "Ugh, loser." But I'm not that sort of mum.
yeah.
So
Yeah, little
I,
blagger.
I've done it, and we paid by credit card, and the whole spiel.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's
he's having
memories.
an iBounce party, which is £300, which is like I've told him never again.
Yeah.
Make the most of this one, mate. This is like your 7th birthday party. It's a special one, all right? You can't have this now till you're 18. So I want to know what's the most you've ever spent on a birthday party? Or willing
don't-
to spend
Willing? Jesus, that's
out of
that's,
choice. Or not choice, as it may
like
be.
we've had. Okay, I'd say the last birthday party we had. Because here's the thing. We definitely spent probably close to $400 on our
Oh.
maybe $5 on our last birthday for our 1-year-old. Sorry, 3-year-old. He was 3 years old. He was 3 years old. But the thing is, most of it was alcohol. We're not feeding the kids. There was hardly any kids there.
What, for the child?
Yeah, well, there was hardly any kids there, and it was mainly adults.
Or did
and
you put them all to bed early and just drink?
that basically did happen.
Sleepover kids!
Yeah, so yeah, my wife says close to $500 for the third birthday. Now we bought.
Wow.
There was cake, there was sandwiches. We basically we bought all pre-made food because there wasn't even that much people there. I ate for the next 2 weeks. I was eating that food, and I'm still drinking the alcohol. So I didn't really mind spending that much money on the food because I know I don't have to cook for 2 weeks. But I prefer
crap
for it
for the next
to
2
be
weeks.
too much than too little. And
Yeah, I get that. You don't want to run
know,
out of stuff.
there was
But if there's
decorations.
leftovers.
Yeah,
100%.
even just $50 alone just for the helium for the balloons.
Oh my god.
I know, right? We bought a tank, a tiny little tank, but it's still $50. I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking breaking my heart. And it still didn't fill up all the balloons, so we had to use our own bloody hot air, But they're going to get worse for us. I know they are. Especially we didn't even invite any of his friends in school because he was only there for 2 weeks and we didn't know anybody there
It'd be a
yet.
bit weird, yeah.
But
Yeah.
eventually he's gonna probably have a party every year, and it's definitely easily be $500 forever, on whatever it is, on the amount of kids. But most of the parties that I ever went to were basically more adult. There were more adults there than anything, not adult themed. Sorry, but yeah.
What surprise?
And it breaks my heart to pay so much. Well, how we don't have a fucking party and we put that much money towards something really fucking cool for them?
Yeah, no,
but
they'd rather the party. Yeah.
our,
Or the box.
more the
They'll ignore the party and they'll love the box that something came in.
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
Oh, the box. But anyway, yeah. I know I've been to birthday parties where there was a lot more kids there, and I'm sure it was in the thousands. But again, $300. I'm
Thousands?
sorry
Oh my
if
God.
you're paying $300 for it. Whew, that would be a relief. because they go
for
crazy
me,
over
it's
here.
not.
They go crazy over here, and it's just to be expected at some points, you know.
Well, I wouldn't mind an eye bounce party if he'd asked me first, and I
I
said
know
you could invite
that would
like
be a difference. So.
6 friends or something, and it'd be like 100 quid. Well, what 50, 60 quid, whatever. I'm like, that's fine. I can do that. But no. Let's just go to school, invite every fucker there is.
Yeah.
Don't say that because he will.
Free.
Well, he's already done it.
Well, there's other people besides the people in your
There is
class,
other
in his
kids,
class.
yeah. This is true. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it can get expensive with kids. Same as weddings, isn't it? I mean, I've got 3 kids, as you know, and £200 just for the venue each time. And you got 3 kids. Like my daughter's birthday's next, on the 14th, her birthday. But yeah, it's £200 just for that. Then you've got to think about the catering. Then you got the cake. The cake's always about 75 quid because it has to be pretty, it has to be decorated. Then there's the gifts. So then we do about 250 quid for the gift. So yeah, you're talking best part of £1,000 really, just for one birthday party. Then you got your Christmas.
Oh my god!
Can I tell you how much our wedding cost?
Go on.
I think you've told me before.
It's too much.
More than likely, it was around 20 grand.
That's what I'm saying. Just to prove that you love each other, 20 grand.
Which is
But did you
now
enjoy it? Was it
her-
everything you expected?
I don't remember. I was
There's a
drunk. I'm kidding. I wasn't.
A lot of people pay out an awful lot on weddings, and then
Now-
at the end of it, it's just like, oh,
Okay,
it wasn't-
what that paid for? All right. Now, we personally didn't pay for it because not a hope in fucking hell am I paying that much money for a wedding. Okay, that's her parents forked out 20 grand for that, and I love them to bits for it. Thank you very much. You'll never hear me say anything bad about you guys on camera. So no, it was.
No, it's a lovely gesture, though, isn't it?
It was all in, like basically all the food is, again the cake. God, it is big. It is fucking big business. It really is. Weddings are over there, all right? Because you have to have the pre-party the night before, or the rehearsal, or whatever that is. You know what I mean? So you got to pay for that. Of course, there's the dress and this, and as you're supposed to always pay for the for the bridal party and the groom party on their suits and all that kind of stuff. The hair and makeup and all that. There's just so much you're expected. Which is nothing compared to how much all the guests paid to actually fly out to us, all right, to go to the wedding. You know what I mean? So
really?
Yeah, because I had a lot of people come from Ireland, a lot of people, and all my friends they lived up in Portland. We had it in Southern California, and so basically everyone on all my side had to fly. So yeah, because
it's nice they made the journey though.
Yeah, and they got a little trip out of it, so because it's not like going to bloody bumfuck Egypt in Arizona. They got to go to LA. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to see in LA.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah. So it wasn't like So anyway, it is big business, and it is kind of sad.
I just feel like newlyweds though should have that money to invest in their life rather than just there you go, just to say I'm married. So this is my biggest problem. A lot of people around me are saying, look, if you love her, just go to a council place and get married for 100 quid.
Even that, but that's not that cheap though. It's like you can go Gretna Green or something.
But marriages are on the decline.
Quid.
But they're on the decline now. People aren't getting married,
and I'm fine with that. I told my son, do not get married. He's 24, and he was talking. I kind of like the way he was talking. Like, you're not thinking of marrying her right now, are you? Well, I was actually thinking of proposing. I kind of wanted to marry her before her mother died because her mother's on the decline. That's not a reason to have a contract that is very hard to get out of. All right, seriously, do not get married. All right, if you're never going to have kids, don't get married. If it's not going to benefit you to stay in this country, and like I had to get married immediately when I got to the country because I got to fast track how to get legalized so I could get a real job. You know what I mean? So that was the reason why I married my current wife.
But that's different. That's a big commitment as well you've gone through, isn't it?
Like the reason why I married my current wife is because we decided we were going to have kids. Like otherwise, marriage was never part of the thing. I was fine. It's just a stupid fucking contract that is extremely hard to get out of, and it just messes up lives and everything. And but yeah, anyway, I'm against it. I understand why people aren't getting married.
I've not done it.
Yeah, it's on the date.
I ever will.
There's some tax
Jamma,
reasons.
are you married?
No, apparently it's the new way of life. It was on a YouTube thing I was watching the other day about men. There's more men now having sex with dolls and stuff like that because women aren't doing it as much. No. This is like seriously.
Sorry,
basically they're losing the masculinity. It's becoming more of a
okay.
feminine way of life. Yeah, there's like a massive decline, and a load of people are worried about what it might do to the world and the way the world might run if it loses that. So it's like a serious subject that's going around quite a lot. Piers Morgan was on about it the other day. Stephen Bartlett was on about it the other day. Joe Rogan spoke about it. Apparently it's becoming a bit of a pandemic for men. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not a man. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah, it's gone crazy.
It's crazy.
Actually, prove that you're not a man.
I've already proved to you that I'm not a man by accidentally flashing you. Thank you.
Did you accidentally do it? You accidentally grabbed your shirt and you accidentally raised it over your head. You accidentally jumped up and down.
I didn't
and
go that far.
Did you? There was
I
no
moved it
accident in
slightly.
any of that. All right.
I did that. That's all I did. You can't see nothing in your face.
But everybody who's
Unless it
listening,
gets me views, in which case YouTube. No, I'm joking.
everybody who's listening right now, they have a picture of it in their head right now. So in a way, they're kind of seeing it. No, I'm not asking the drivers to actually close their eyes and picture it because you're driving after all.
Got to drive first.
Down, boy, down.
Do we want to do Facts of Wife?
Well, I'm pretty sure Nessa's in the chat screaming at us about a certain phone call or something we've got to do.
Well, I think that he doesn't have the internet access for that. So,
No, but Nessa's got something. Nessa, do you want to tune in?
Can you talk?
It's up to you now. I've got one from Ginger
yes.
Mother Trucker.
Let's do it.
We've
Let's
got
do
some
that.
questions.
If you want to do that, ask us anything. This is actually her idea. She's one of our Patreons. And we asked the Patreons if they want to, plug us any ideas for what they'd like to see on the show. And this is one of them.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So every now and then we're going to put up some questions from the Patreons to the hosts. And, get your answers. So she's got 2 questions. The first one is, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened or funniest thing you've ever seen as a truck driver?
Oh, that's a good question.
I kind of feel like these should be told to us beforehand. Because there's a lot of dead silence, dead air.
Too many, David.
If you're asking us to actually think, and obviously, there's...
So I've told you about the one where I got stuck in a skip before, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you can tell us about that
Chances
again.
are, every funny story we've actually has already been mentioned.
Yeah,
But,
that's the thing, isn't it? No, I basically climbed in a skip and then I couldn't get out. And then
Just
some
picturing
random man had to come
dolls.
and find me. I was like, oh, hello. Had to throw me a rope.
Raggy dolls.
There was I suppose, a situation that was kind of funny, but no, it was terrible at the time. But it was looking back, and I don't even know if it's funny, but I
Go on, bring it.
worked really hard, extremely hard, to get to a customer one time. I had to go to Utah, Salt Lake City, and but I broke down. But I had to really plan how I was going to get there on time. But because we didn't have a rule on our logbooks, meaning that you had to stop working at a certain time. You just had to stop working after you've driven a certain amount. Okay, so because I broke down for like 8 hours, and so that means after 8 hours, and I couldn't sleep in that particular 8 hours because it was in the shop. So I had to keep driving, and I drove and my eyes are getting so heavy. It's ridiculous. No, by the way, it was the second time I broke down that day. So I've been up since like 6 o'clock in the morning, made my deliveries. Then I broke my airlines because I dropped a trailer. Stupid me. And then I had to wait for a mechanic to come. He took like 4 hours to get here to get the right parts. And then I was off. Boom. So I'm driving away, and then I can't remember what the problem was where I broke down again, but I was inside in the shop. Again, yes, 8 hours there waiting, didn't sleep. Only a few hours later, I'm driving, and again, now, have you heard of ephedrine? It's basically these pills that you can take. They're illegal now, but they're basically crack. All right,
Oh my God.
you can. I don't know how they crack, but it's just a shitload of energy. So I took these pills. They were called yellow jackets.
Were they legal at the time?
They were legal at the time. I bought
Right,
them,
okay.
So just because I needed to
Don't
stay awake, because
don't
if I couldn't
incriminate
stay
yourself.
awake, if I couldn't stay awake,
Yeah.
if I didn't, I just had to. It it was perfectly planned. As long as I do this, I will make my delivery on time. Of course, after my delivery, when I get there, I'm going to have to take a break. All right, but because then I'm going to. So I take a yellow jacket. Boom. Okay, now I'm wired. Okay, good. But 2 hours later, I'm down again. I'm like, all right, let's take another one. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's take and let's. So I drove another 2 hours, and then of course, I take another one. All right. And then.
How many hours are you meant to leave?
Pupils are like that.
Yeah. So I'm wired. I'm absolutely wired. But then okay. Now I can take my break. Now that I reached at a certain point to where I can make I can make the run in one day in one stretch. All right. I can make my delivery. Now when it was time to sleep, I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep.
Oh no!
It was an 8-hour break that I needed to take, and I needed to start rolling immediately. And I think I got 1 hour sleep. And so I just because I said, okay, you know what, I'm never going to take these ever again. This is just but I did survive. I was driving at least I think half the day I was driving because it was like 4 p.m. when I started my day the next day because I just needed to make a delivery. I needed to be there at like 4 a.m. But all just working extremely hard. I'm like wired. I'm like, come on, I got to make this fucking delivery. You know what I mean? I just felt there was so much pressure to make your delivery.
Did you get to the customer and they're like, oh my God.
I got to the customer on time. I got to the customer with 2 hours to spare. And I was so fucking happy. I was so happy. So I went back and I forgot to set the alarm clock. And I was late by 6 hours.
Oh, what? Like,
oh
you
my
were there,
God.
like, early.
Yeah.
Plateaued up.
Yeah, I parked in the
got there
parking
2
lot.
hours early.
And I knew I could get some sleep in. And I forgot to set my alarm. Or I set it for I set it for PM instead of AM or something or another. But I was fucking fuming. But it was looking back in it, it's kind of funny. Like how I worked so hard. That was one of the hardest 2 days I've ever had in my entire life. Was
all
that
for nothing?
And my boss didn't. It's just, and he didn't even know that I went through all that trouble. You know what I mean? It's just that I broke down for 8 hours. I can't just sleep automatically. You know what I mean? Plus, I wasn't allowed to be in the truck while it was being worked on. What the hell was that problem anyway? I have no idea. But when it comes to a funny situation, yes, I kind of looking back at it, and it was kind of funny.
Now it's funny. At the time,
yeah, now it's funny.
You were absolutely spewing. What was the company like when you got there? They were like 6
they were
hours
fine.
late.
They were fine. They just we were wondering where you were, and like I was there. Literally, you can look to see. There's my truck. I was parked there the whole time. Like it's all good. And like we'll get somebody. They had to get somebody that wasn't normally doesn't normally unload trailers, but they needed the product. But yeah, how about you? Did you mention one, Jamma? What was funny? Surely
the only funny one I've ever had really is when I've took a warehouse guy in the truck round the yard because he wanted to count trailers, see trailers or whatever.
Okay.
And then when I parked up, he's opened the door and went, right, see you later, Jay. And he's just stepped out and he's forgot the steps are there and he's just dropped. I just remember like, there's steps, you know, mate. There's steps. He just went whoop. I just saw the top of his like bald head. Whoop.
I think a lot of people that aren't used to trucks do that because I've given one of the girls in the office a lift once actually, and I literally gave her a lift around the corner and then I like dropped her off. And I didn't think to say 3 points of contact, she just literally opened the door, had a cigarette or like a little, not the cigarette, what's the vape thing in her hand. And she just disappeared. She just went. I've never seen someone just disappear. It was like magic. I was like,
just dropped.
And she must have. But not only that, right in front of like a crowd of people, they're all stood having a cigarette, watched it.
It's
all
always
happen.
the way, isn't it, when there's an audience?
Yeah, always the way. I felt awful. I was like, 3 points of contact next time, love. Bye.
I was sitting in the back of my cab, and the 2 trucks that were next to me started pulling forward at the exact same time, and it kind of
made you
when
feel
2
like you're
trucks
rolling.
I hate that.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to pull my brakes and wondering, why am I rolling? Why am I rolling? God, gee. Yeah,
You jumped
so-
in,
yeah, it just your heart is just absolutely racing.
It's the shock factor, isn't it? Yeah.
I've been there.
Oh, that's a horrible feeling.
It is an absolute
Absolutely
horrible
horrible.
feeling.
The scariest
But,
one's when it's snowing right at you, so you feel like you're intergalactic space.
Oh my god, I love
Oh
that
my
at nighttime.
God.
That is
Yeah.
so
That's
awesome.
amazing.
I've
I love that
always
feeling.
loved that.
Yeah.
It's almost
That
like
is
you ain't
just-
driving, and then
Warp
you see
speed.
this car just coming by, and you're like, no, I'm definitely moving. But it reminded me of that car game as a kid. Remember the little red car game? It was like a red thing, and you turn the steering wheel, and it's just the car that moved side to side, but the road was moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's very.
It was like that, but it was like pitch black at night, going past Bishop Stortford, and it was like me and my mate behind, and we're like, Jermaine, are we moving? Well, I don't know. I don't know, mate. And then we see a car come by, and we're like, yeah, we're moving.
It is
Just like
interesting.
intergalactic, yeah, amazing,
That's
mate.
cool.
I
You
love
guys
that.
have
Cool, though.
you guys have snowplows out there, don't you? You know,
Yeah.
to clear the road.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
councils, yeah, gritters or whatever.
There was,
you can
Imagine in
treat
Scotland,
snowplow
maybe.
things.
Yeah, there was one
We
time
do
that
have them down here.
yeah, that
Yeah.
that's right.
We've got
there was
loads in
one time that
Wales.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Bet you do.
normally, I don't really have them where we are. We have just the gritters that come out 2 days late. They forget
Yeah, but they
about
have
the-
like
what's
plowy
happening.
things on them too.
I don't know, I've never
They have the
seen
option
them,
to clear
really.
it. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
one time where they actually they couldn't keep up with the snow, the snow plows, so they just said, "Fuck it, we can't do it." Yeah, they're just so the
Deal with
basically the snow on the ground was on the freeways too. You know, I can
This
understand
is
not
your
doing it
life
in the
now.
neighborhoods.
Deal with it.
Yeah, it was just snowing so bad. It, like you're steering, it was just left, right, left, right, left, right, 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 right. You know, it was just the entire time basically
traction,
like
yeah.
like Ace Ventura going through the jungle.
Is
You
that
know?
out the window?
Yeah, it was
Oh my god,
yeah,
that's
absolutely ridiculous. But no, yeah, that was
I see forklifts doing it. They get a pallet. They'll put like a pallet on the end of the forks and just plough the whole yard.
yeah. There's ways,
Oh yes, I've
ways to
seen
do
that.
it.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
skilled. I think the first time I drove my lorry in the snow, I was in a skip lorry, and I was racing back to the yard. Not racing because it was snowing, but I was coming back to the yard, and obviously where there would normally be cars parked on the industrial estate, there was none. And I obviously just took a corner, thinking I need to get back to the yard. Didn't think anything of it, and then all of a sudden, I'm not taking this corner. I'm just going straight. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
oh fuck, I've misplanned this.
Yeah,
And I'm looking ahead
that's
thinking-
happened to me after.
And you're like, oh,
it-
thank fuck, no cars are parked there where they're normally parked. You're like,
Right?
And you just like, you literally just cruise to a stop because you're like, okay, let's just let this happen. And you stop and then you go, no one's around, keep going. Just, now
that did
I'll
happen.
turn, it's
That did
fine.
happen to me after the first rain after summer, and where the roads were all greasy. And
Yeah.
it was a light. I was making a right hand turn, and of course we're allowed to make right hand turns without stopping. That would be the curb turn, you know, in America. Did you know that, Jamma? We're actually allowed to make at a red light. We can make a right hand
You
turn
can take a right hand turn.
as long as you stop first.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in America you can do that. But
It does make sense.
I didn't. Yeah, again, I just kept going forward, even though my
Oh,
steer,
no.
it just because it was so slippery from
what,
all
you
the
didn't have
grease in the
chance-
road.
It just didn't let you stop.
Yeah, so I literally ran through a red light. Again, thank God it was like 5 o'clock in the morning or something, But yeah,
Did you not just commit and move with it and go, oh, it's intentional, it's fine.
yeah. Basically, I had to pull a U-turn and then come back and make a left eventually, But yeah, it was like
Snow's one of them things, isn't it? I mean, I
it wasn't even snow. It was just it was just rain.
No, I mean, with the snow and the rain, anything like that, slippy. I did it when I first started transport, when I started a franchise with DPD. And I had to stop on this hill, and opposite was a school, and it was closed because of the snow, so the caretaker was there, oddling about, whatever. And I go and deliver my parcel over to one of these houses, and I come back, and I'm just about to get in, and I see this Hovis van, the Luton van with the big door that comes up and down.
Yeah.
He's hit the speed bump, he's lost traction, and he's come rolling back, and I'm like, what's
Oh,
going
no.
on here? So he's hit this carer's, there was a carer that was parked a car in the middle of the road because she couldn't see the curb or whatever, so she just basically dumped it and left it, and this Luton van just went straight into the front of it and slid all the way down her car, right? But before that had happened, it was me that hit the speed bump and hit the front of her car because I lost all traction.
What, and you just drove off?
No, I didn't drive. No, we exchanged insurances, but the caretaker did. He come out and he said it was the woman's fault. She's just left the car in the middle of the road like that.
Yeah, what
Well,
can
that's
you
not
do?
for him to decide whose
No,
fault.
of course
it
it's
is.
not. For me, it was she perhaps couldn't get any further. A car's stuck in the snow, but
Yeah,
she stops where she
shit.
is.
Yeah.
I've come up, hit the speed bump, got no traction on the Merc Sprinter, so I've rolled back. But she's behind me. This lady's behind me trying to push my truck, and I'm like, get out of the fucking way, you're going to die. Who are you, E-Man? You can't stop this truck.
So when she thinks she's got the whole power.
Mate, honestly, it was so bad I had to shout because I didn't want to hurt this lady, like, because she was a carer and everything like that. But yeah, like we're exchanging insurance details. A carer.
Like
helping the
people.
elderly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're exchanging our insurance details and that lot. And then, yeah, we watched this Ovis van come up. And I went, no, this ain't going to end good. And he just rolled straight back because he's like a 7.5 ton. Whereas mine was only 3.5 ton. I did light damage. Yeah, he's wrote it off, mate. He's gone straight down the side of it.
Ouch.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't like that.
Double whammy.
It's not good.
You ready for another question?
Yes, sorry.
Go on. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, we got over.
No, that's fine. It's fine. You're literally answering her question, which is great. Her second question is, what's one of your pet hates or unpopular opinions?
Ooh.
Can you elaborate?
Well, Jamma sort of answered that earlier with truck drivers not allowing you to overtake and things like that.
Yeah,
but
something you
I'll
hate seeing on the
elaborate
road.
as well. My pet hate is I'm fed up with people saying women drivers because women can drive just as good, if not better.
That's one of my pet hates.
I don't know
it
about
does,
that.
it does,
Come
mate,
on,
it
that's
does. They've still passed the test. They've still
David's
done the
got no
same
take
thing.
in this.
Regardless if you've got a-
David is
regardless
close
if
to
you've
getting
got a
fired.
Sorry.
Vagina
Okay,
or
Jamma.
penis, mate,
Let the
don't
man
matter.
talk, please.
I'm just saying, regardless if you've got a vagina or a penis, mate, you know what you're doing. You have to pass the test. So I've seen some girls out there, they do a fantastic job. And I've seen some lads, like before in our yard, 2 guys come all the way from India, come back in for shit. So I jumped out because I'm a nice guy. And I went, got me to help you out here, lads. And he moved over and I got it straight in for him. You know, but I see women come straight in, mate, bam, like that, not even looking, mate, one-handed, straight in, better than me. So yeah, that's my biggest pet hate. I'm fed up of hearing that from, I would say, the old school lads that do that. Oh, look at this woman here, look at her.
If you're a woman and you take a little bit longer than you should, or sometimes it doesn't go, it doesn't go perfectly every single time. They expect you to get it perfect.
No,
or they'll say something.
But there's more. I feel like there's more spotlights on women when they're backing up. They're like basically male truck drivers, but they're like, oh, another woman backing up.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and watch them. But if it was a dude, they probably wouldn't at all.
Right,
I had this. I had this argument
down,
one time with a commenter on my channel. And basically, I can't remember what video it was or whatever. It was basically like I back up like a woman, and like or I can't remember. He backs up like a woman, or there was something. There was something going on.
Obviously, you wouldn't be.
And I said like, dude, that's not cool. No, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you even say that? Like publicly like that? It's like that's. I don't know. It just I don't know. It upset me. I get really upset when people are like that. Like I had one video where I decided to add some music to
people get pissed off with that.
And I was like, okay, I like this one. It's free. I'm going to use it. And then it was just a kind of a bit of a hip hop kind of thing. And once in a while there was like a tiny little bit of a voice. And he sounded black. All right, it was probably black artist, whatever it was. I liked the tune. This guy comment on my thing as in like, what are you doing putting that kind of music on this thing? As in like, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? As in like, he was very upset that I put a black themed or just hip hop basically. I
drive down with Daniel O'Donnell sometimes. I'm listening to my Irish music. Honestly, I was in a video, weren't I? The Irish video, Paul Kelly. It was in the M6.
Yeah.
It was. I showed you the pits, didn't I? Before the guys.
Yeah.
Paul Kelly doing Convoys, read on the song Convoy, and Daniel O'Donnell lives in the same place and said, "This is going to be a great song." Don't matter what you listen to.
That's what we should do. Have you ever seen the Rowan Atkinson's one?
No,
We like trucking. I love trucking. That one.
No.
We should all reenact that one.
We should reenact
I'll
it.
send it to you, Jan. We should redo that one for Christmas.
Yeah,
This should be our Christmas single.
Yeah.
That's what we should do.
I love it. I've never heard it, but I want to do that. Yes.
Oh, I will send it to you, David. It's hilarious.
And,
You've got to watch it as well. We can
And
do that.
if you're on Patreon, you will get a chance to see that. I'm sorry, we won't be sharing it with anybody else, but on the Patrons. So.
Well, no. If we want it to be a Christmas single, we've got to share it with everyone. People have got to watch it. Then we can get to number one.
Well, then donate to some charity then.
We'll do that.
Oh no, you've got Patreon already, haven't you? You're already doing it. Sorry, guy. But no, I just think, look, to squash all that grief about females, look, every man out there, guess what? You've all got a mother. They brought you into this world, mate.
Yeah.
We
Well
can't
said.
bring ourselves into the world. You know, we have no rights to tell a woman when and where to create kids. Tupac Shakur, yeah. Respect
Who's that?
our women. Tupac Shakur.
I'm kidding.
That's true, mate. Us men, we can't live without women. Let's face it. You know. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my pet hate. I don't like it. Don't like it.
I agree on that one. I've had a few comments, and Nessa, I'm sure you're the same, where it's been straight away, oh, it's another woman sort of thing, and you get on and do the job, and you're just like, and what? Mic drop, bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too far off there, actually.
Yeah, go on then, David.
Nothing would
Make
ever
talk.
even get mentioned if it was a dude. Is the thing.
No,
you
half
know?
the time it wouldn't. That's the
No,
thing.
That's
not
the
even half.
problem.
It just wouldn't.
Or
ever
I've
get
had like
problem.
comments. I've
That's
had
the
comments as
problem.
well, like my lorry, when you load in a heavy bin, when you bring the bin forward, it like jolts you and you're like riding it almost. It's the only way I can say it. And then I'll get a comment saying, "Oh, I bet you're enjoying that in there." And I'm like, "What? Because I'm a fucking woman?" It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you get some
So,
weird
yeah.
men, you know. Weird
There is
people
some
out there. I'm
weird
telling
people.
you, mate. They're like
Yeah.
licking windows like, hi, my name's Dave and I like to lick windows. I'm not on about you there, Dave, by the way.
It's like, poor David.
Steel boy. Well, a bit of Lee Evans, ain't it, really, if you know.
Come on then, David. What was your...
No, I was just,
hate?
just thinking off the top of my tongue, whatever. When drivers, again, I'm going to go with truck driving related things, when they don't properly lower the landing gear at the right place, meaning it's just, this happens more in
pothole?
America, I imagine. Excuse me.
Potholes.
Like in a pothole. They've loaded
Well,
it down in a pothole or uneven ground or whatever.
Or they'll raise the trailer too high. So now when you back up underneath
Yeah.
the trailer, you got to lower it
yeah.
down. Or they have it's just more than likely it's too high more than anything. All right, it's just like, please stop doing that. All right, you don't need to do it. We can raise and lower our fifth wheel. All right, it's just that we can only raise it. We can lower it, but we can't raise it. We can raise it after lowering it, but if that makes any sense.
I think what that is, though, because I've seen it, that's due to weight, I think. A lot of the time, if it's a very heavily loaded trailer, you are told to higher the legs just a bit, but it's when it's emptied, the shunter should be lowering it down a bit more, ready for you to take. Because it can start to blow, can't it?
Well, yeah, it is because
idea.
you have a certain weight on the fifth wheel, and the fifth wheel adjusts to the weight. That is something as well. But it's just more than anything, it's just people who feel that when there is a heavy load, and you're just dropping the trailer for somebody else to pick up. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's just most of my job was me delivering loads that other drivers brought in. All right, because there's an appointment time attached to them, and I come along on the appointment time and deliver them. But of course, I have to connect to that trailer in a gravel yard. And sometimes it can be a bitch, But
Not me, so.
anyway, that's just off the top of my head what I can think of that annoys the crap out of me. Is just that because I connect to 6, 7, 8 trailers a day, so it's probably going to affect me more than it affects most people. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no, I do get it.
My pet hate, my big one, is when people don't accept they've made a mistake.
Oh,
So when
yeah.
you beep at them to tell them, "Holy shit, mate, I've just nearly taken you out," and then they swear at you.
Or gone
It's
out.
like,
face,
there was no need for that. I just nearly fucking killed you. But all right, thanks for that. That's my pet hate. If you've made a mistake, just accept it and go, "Oh shit, hold my hands up. I'm so sorry, mate."
They tend to
That's
go mad
my
at you
pet.
because they're embarrassed by their own
Yes.
mistake, don't they? And they just don't want to admit it,
Yeah.
or just
There's
In
no,
a way,
there's no-
they're
it's
kinda
like it's
taking it out
hard for
on
them
you.
to say sorry.
yeah. And I'm always one for saying sorry. If you've made a mistake and fucked up, just admit it and learn from it.
There's some people you just don't want to say sorry to. There's just
Oh,
they've
right,
made
there is
such
that
a
as well.
to what to me or to
No,
drivers
no,
in
that-
general.
that-
I'm
like you
sorry,
say
I'm like, what the hell?
that- Not you, David. Never you, obviously.
Stop
No,
rolling
that-
your eyes.
Like you say, there is certain people that are obviously obnoxious, and you don't want to say sorry to them. But
Yeah, but
it's just one of those.
Pulling out on a roundabout, isn't it? I've done that before where I've pulled out because the guy's not used indicator and I'm like, shit, sorry mate. And then I've already committed now, I've got to carry on. So now you've got to wait. And even if he said sorry, they're like, you fucking twat.
And you just smile and wave.
Yeah, just like, mate, I fucked up there. I know
Thanks,
I did.
buddy.
Yeah.
I normally do the opposite, and I'll just go, thanks for appreciating me and letting me out. And they're like, you bastard. I'm like, yeah, legend.
Yeah, blow kisses. See you, love.
Oh, that really winds people up, doesn't it? When they
Yeah, I'll
It
do that now.
does. It
That's
really
part of
winds me
my
up.
new thing. That's part of my new thing, mate. I blow kisses now. I can't let people's behaviour affect mine anymore. That's it. I'm done, mate.
Dan M, I want a clown horn on a button for the people that do stupid shit in front of me. That'd be amazing.
You can have like a boot attached to your car, couldn't you, just to kick the car like a clown foot? Boom!
do you know what I did see on a TikTok the other day? Is someone bought like a light that they stick in their car, and they got buttons you can press. It's got like all 4 fingers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can put it as a fist with a swear, and you can do all sorts. And I
I
was
would
like,
love
"Ooh,
that.
Does
that
text
would
as
be
well, doesn't it?
amazing."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
we need them. That should be standard.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, I think there'd be a lot more fights on the road, to be fair.
It probably wouldn't go down too well, would it? But
No.
yeah, it might be a
Especially when
bit
people
safer.
say what they see as well. A lot of people say what they see, don't they? They start
True.
ripping into you about the way you look
Can you imagine
as well.
the happy button people with the road rage? You're like, fuck yeah. At least they're concentrating on the road, though, and not looking, trying to swear at you.
This is why you should have a monster truck, 'cause I think that would just be great. If you are having a really bad day, you can just go bum ba bum ba bum.
We've all thought about that, right? That would be so nice. Or if you had
A
like
tank.
a train grill in the front,
Yeah.
and you just go in between. I did include that in one of my
Ooh,
in one of the. I was goofing around in my game when I discovered a new option where I basically put like a triangle in front of my truck, and then I put
Brilliant.
2 lines of cars, and they went flying. It
Do you know
was
what?
awesome.
You should do some new levels, David. You know, like most really big games do like a zombie level, like Red Dead Redemption
yeah.
did the
That'd be
Undead.
great. Yeah.
Or like the Call of Duty does the undead version. You should do an
I-
undead version.
What
of
I did
my
do
cooking
though,
skills.
where there's
we just cause carnage.
there's this level where all the cars are forced to go in one direction. Doesn't matter. They're all forced to go where gravity's turned on hard. All right, and there's a wall disappearing, and of course the cars keep falling. They're just falling, and your goal is to back up into the space before you get crushed by the cars.
Very good, yeah.
It kind of
Oh, wow,
seems
that's quite clever.
Yeah, so that game's there. That level is there, and I made a video about that. You can find out.
Yeah, and you should do a zombie version where you've got to kill as many zombies as possible and then park up.
There we go. I like it. Yeah, that'll be
All
the new
carnage is
game.
happening,
That'll
and you
be
got
the new
burning
game.
cars coming at you.
It will be good.
Zombie
There was that
salmon.
episode, weren't they, in Malcolm in the Middle?
The zombie
when he
salmon,
keeps-
yes, Gav, you're on something
Zombie
there.
salmon. Yeah, there's an episode, isn't there, in Malcolm in the Middle where he keeps sneaking off and he's on a steamroller that he's hired. You seen that
Really?
one?
No.
Yeah, and he starts smashing everything in this yard. And he's just steamrolling. It's the dad.
Oh, I
Malcolm
remember
in the
that.
Middle.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's
I remember
got
that.
the steamroller. And the young son catches
He
him
was
and
a-
he's like...
He was addicted
That's
to it,
amazing.
and they were doing really
Proper.
expensive stuff. And they made it. Yeah, the kid made a deal with dad, and like, I won't tell mom if you let me do this. I'm like, deal. Yeah, it was just it was an addiction. That Jesus, that
There's
was
so much to learn from Malcolm in the Middle, though.
There
You
really
actually
is.
watch it back as an adult now, and you're like, holy shit, that dude's got ADHD and stuff like that.
But
You're like,
watching
wow.
Yeah.
watching it back now, knowing that the dad is Heisenberg from Breaking
Yeah.
Bad,
Yeah.
that's like
Well,
wow.
there was
That's a
one
different
episode
character.
or something where he's got to change a light bulb, and then he goes into the cupboard, and then he finds something else, and then he goes and does something
Right.
else, and at the end of it, after 8 hours, he's in under his car doing all this mechanical work. She's like, "Have you changed the light bulb? What do you think I'm fucking doing?" And it's just like, wow, that's just so relatable. It's unbelievable.
Oh, Malcolm in the Middle. My
is
favorite
good.
one that comes to my mind is when the mom got a ticket for pulling out in front of a car, and
Ooh, I've not seen that one.
so she's fighting and saying, I didn't do it. You know, she's just going crazy as in like and then the dad, the assistant manager of the store found some footage from the security camera across the street.
Oh no!
And there was a car that pulled a U-turn at the exact same moment she made a right-hand turn, and
Oh.
because so she didn't actually pull out in front of somebody, and of course it was the security guard who showed it to the dad, and then the dad took the videotape and broke it in half. You do because she actually accepted that she was at fault at one point. Like, no, this is a bad thing. She cannot be proven right. She needs to, and it was just
accept this.
yeah, as in like 'cause the world would be in a better place knowing that she can do something wrong. Because before that, she did no wrong. Ah, that show, I love it so much.
It is good. The
Anyway.
pirate
Oh, it's
radio
good.
station
Re-
one when he's
reminiscent.
driving around. telling everybody about people, and he's
What?
running
Is this the
away
same
from the
episode? This is him show?
Oh my god, I need to see
Mark
some.
in the
I
middle.
need
Yeah,
to,
yeah. He finds his
catch
old
up.
record at the yard sale that they're trying to do, and he finds his old university pirate radio station where he's just speaking about "we will not be held back, we will." And he's driving around, and obviously the government find him with a big aerial, so
Oh my god!
confiscate it
Right,
off him.
I need
Amazing.
to watch more of these. That's amazing.
There's
I need
too
to
many
go
shows
back
out
and
there that we
rewatch.
need to watch. Is the thing? You just
Yeah.
yeah.
You forget how good the old ones are as well. What were we even talking about?
Zombie salmon.
How's that even got there?
About doing the zombie games, I think. Well,
I don't remember.
No, I don't.
It
remember
doesn't
the
matter.
first
We
question.
talk. Again, the whole
Thanks.
premise of the show is that we just talk and see what happens, and maybe people will be entertained by it while they're driving down the road.
Allegedly.
Just maybe. Yeah. So,
David,
we've been
have you-
rambling on for long enough. I think we're going to
yeah.
postpone Facts of Wife till next week.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's something exciting.
You
to
know,
listen
because
for.
this has basically been over an hour and 40 minutes. So,
Oh my god, it has. Oh
yeah.
wow.
Tom
People
would
get bored
have
of
Tom
us
would
now.
have made us. He would have shut this down a long time ago.
Time flies when you're
Oh
having
yeah.
fun.
It is because that's what we're doing. We're just
wasn't
talking,
doing
having
that.
fun. You guys are on a Saturday night, me in my afternoon. You know, but one thing that I have to do is thank the Patreons again in the way because you know, Patreons, if you pay a little extra, you get to hear me butcher a stupid voice
What
with
you
your
do.
name. All right. So the voice I'm going to do is it's just what is it again? Hold on. Where I'm going.
Yes. Really deep voice.
All right.
sounds like a giant.
Might be like Yoda
I like
again.
that.
No. The demon.
Oh yeah.
Some kind of it. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I was just thought of. Is it scary?
I like it. It's good.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
sounds
Where
like
are you guys? I've lost you guys. Where are you? You're on.
Some
You're
big
here.
dirty
Right here.
giant.
Here, David.
Ah,
David, here.
No, where the fuck are you?
I'm here.
There you go. All
Can
right.
you do Snape
Yay.
instead? Do Snape. Be Snape voice.
I don't know how to fucking do Snape voice.
Snape.
All right. Okay.
Never.
So, all right. So here is the list of me doing my.
Yes, you are
stupid-
like the sugar monster, the sugar puff
What's this?
monster.
Who's the sugar
Remember
monster?
the honey monster?
Oh,
from
sugar
Sugar
puffs. Oh wow. Did you know they're called smacks in America?
What?
no.
They're called smacks. Snacks. Yeah. SMACK. Yeah. Anyway.
So, I'm going to do a deep,
Cookie monster.
scared.
Is it
Cookie monster. Cookie.
Cookie Monster? Okay, we can
Yeah,
do
it's
Cookie
kind of like
Monster.
the Cookie Monster.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my thing. Okay.
Cookie.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, we have John Brown,
Trucker Joe, Nathan Holloway,
Phil Starkey, Jack Goodwin,
Matthew Frosdick, Trucker Soud, Big Mike,
Dan M. Cookie.
Hemorrhoid Rager,
Miller, Justin Reedy, Ginger, Mother Trucker, Yum.
Gavin Williams.
Daniel Smee, Stephen Patterson,
That sounded like Yoda. Am I drifting into Yoda?
Cookie.
Yum.
Yum. Chris Rag,
No, that still sounds. I'm still hearing bloody Yoda. All right. We have work
Is he
love
not
pay.
technically the same voice?
It's something I don't know. Charlie Conahan. Okay.
at her job.
That still sounds like Yoda. Come on, tell me I'm not sounding like Yoda.
That sounded more like Jabba the Hutt then.
Meow. Cookie. Give me some cookies. I need some cookies. Joe Rodwell.
Neil Reese.
Trucker Colin. And last but not least, I want Trucker Matty. Cookie. Give me some cookies. You got some cookies? I want my cookies.
You sound like you've taken more drugs and you're hyperactive.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of
Dave-
Sesame Street in the last few
David.
years.
Can you use the potty?
Elmo?
I'm pretty sure a guy.
Elmo. Do you
Hang
like
on, hang on.
Elmo?
I like
God,
it.
that's
That's
amazing.
not
That is
bad.
good.
That's actually really
Frank
good.
Oz did the voice of Yoda and Cookie Monster, by the way. See, I was right.
Hey, you was right. Well done.
Yeah.
Cheer.
Fuck
Yeah.
off.
This is why you sound the same. Yes.
Oh,
He
no
also
wonder.
did Miss Piggy, Cookie Monster, Yoda, And
Yeah,
others.
Miss Piggy. That's definitely. Yeah.
You sound like you have a crush on Miss Piggy the way you're talking about her right now, Jamma.
Well, she looks like Sharon out of EastEnders. She does look like Sharon out of EastEnders.
Which one? Is she the bartender?
She used to be. She's got Phil Mitchell, but now
She's the
she's
older
lost loads
bird.
of weight. She looks really good now. I've always liked her, to be fair. I think she's always been nice. I like her.
Yeah, I don't remember EastEnders.
But Ruby
That one's
Allen was
got-
my favourite. Ruby Allen. Oh. She's in a show
Which
at the
one's-
minute. Louisa Lytton.
You still watch it?
Oh, not anymore.
I've not watched EastEnders since I was a kid. When my
Is
mum used
Neighbours
to
still
watch
on?
it.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
Home and Away?
Yeah.
I thought it got
I do think
cancelled.
it's come back. Yeah, I think it's come back. Yeah. Or is it
Okay.
Home and Away it's come back? I don't know. It's daytime TV, isn't it?
Yeah, I
That's
don't know
what
what it. Yeah, I don't watch it.
But-
No,
Anyway,
I miss
we,
Jeremy Kyle,
you're
mate.
asking the
You're
wrong
the
people
best.
here.
I'm going to put it into this show. If I don't do it, I don't think anybody will. So, is there anything you guys would like to plug first before? Is there anything? We already
we've
did our
done it all.
housekeeping. Huh?
Unless Jamma wants to plug yours again.
What's
Okay.
it? What is?
People know it. People
what is it
know
again?
it. Still worth the journey.
A little more enthusiasm.
Oh, just, still
It's
worth
a
the journey.
serious podcast.
Still worth the journey.
It's still worth it.
If you feel like you are very low, come on and speak. Honestly, it's open. It's open. Open to chat.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck it. What's that phrase again? That
If
Tom
you
says it.
haven't got
If
this
you've-
far, if you
Yeah.
have,
Thank you so much
Harder.
for listening, and thank you so much for joining us to listening. Thank you so much for listening.
If you
And
haven't
if you
got
haven't
this so
listened,
far, yeah.
if you haven't listened, yeah, okay, I got it.
Go on then, go on.
All right, thank you so much for listening, and if you haven't listened, how did you get this far? And we
That's
will
the
see you
one.
next time. Bye bye now.
Bye.
We should really write this down. Bye.